police bosses, Sheriff Tim Eads, Chief Ted Murphy, Captain Andy Davis, Sergeant Joseph Calhoun, and Sergeant Jen Carruthers. And then I also have the state DARE coordinator. She came up for this. We work together a lot for DARE. It's Sergeant Casey Fish from Tennessee Highway Patrol. Also, I couldn't do my job well without Miss Johnson and Miss Sarah Cunningham and Miss Cindy Caldwell allowing me to do it, and also the classroom teachers. Without them giving me time to spend with your children, it would have never been possible. So they give up a day for 2 weeks. Each classroom had one day, and then 5 weeks later would have another day. So they're outstanding, as well as our special education teachers, too. We had all those kids come to class, too. So it was an amazing end of the year, and just be proud of your children. We're going to get started with announcing our DARE essay winners. DARE essay is at the end of the year, well, end of the DARE year, we have where the last 2-3 weeks, the kids are asked to write an essay. And that can be whether, 3 or 4 paragraphs or how many they want to do. Again, classroom teacher, Miss Green, she is the writing teacher. She makes it a gradable paper, which is a participation grade. And, it gets some kids that don't want to do it or that wouldn't do it to do it. And I appreciate that. And I spent 2 days up in her class and listened to every single one of the DARE essays and listened to all the kids present their essays to the class. And these kids are remarkable. So, and it's very hard to pick. We sat there for 3-4 days trying to figure out who's going to win because all of them did extremely well. But some of the students that we picked will be coming up to say their DARE essay to y'all. And the first 2 we're going to do is Landry Hopper and Izzy Miller.
Wait, I gotta turn it on. Someone I know has to go to court for doing drugs. This could have been prevented by participating in DARE class. This information comes from the DARE booklet and our DARE officer, Deputy Liberty. This essay will inform you of 3 facts about DARE, which are avoiding drugs, health effect, and DDMM, or DARE decision-making model. First, DARE taught us about drugs. What are drugs exactly? According to the DARE booklet, drugs are any substance other than food that affects the way your mind and body works. There are many different forms of drugs like nicotine pills, powder, etc. Deputy Liberty stated that his dad smoked for 60 years and died to lung cancer. Second, DARE taught us about the negative health effects of smoking. According to the DARE booklet, health effect is the result of using a drug. You can get yellow teeth, bad breath, and your skin can dry. Plus, it can cause wrinkles. Also, it can reduce the amount of blood that flows to the brain, and you can get heart disease. To make that even worse, more than 400,000 Americans die each year from tobacco-related causes. Lastly, DARE taught us about DDMM, DARE decision-making model. According to the DARE booklet, DDMM is a way of making safe and responsible decisions using 4 steps. Define, assess, respond, evaluate. DDMM shows what your choices are, like defining a problem. DDMM also helps make good choices, like say your friends are bringing drinks to a park. The responsible choice is not to go. In conclusion, DARE taught us how to resist drugs, what the effect of drugs are or health effect, and DDMM, DARE decision-making model. Thank you, Officer Liberty, for being the best DARE officer ever.
I dare you to listen to this DARE essay. This essay will inform you of 3 things I have learned in my DARE class. These three things are important for making lifelong healthy choices. My information is from DARE and Mr. Liberty. My first subject is resistance strategies. The first thing to do is change the subject. An example of a situation to use this strategy would be of a friend finding a pack of cigarettes and offering you one. The way you resist that offer is to change the subject immediately. Tell your friend you would rather do something else both of you enjoy. Another way to resist is avoiding the situation. If you know of places where people often use drugs, stay away from those places. The last way to resist is to strengthen numbers by hanging out with friends who you know that don't use drugs, alcohol, tobacco, and avoid hanging out in places you know where those things will be used. My second subject is the DDMM, which stands for DARE Decision Making Model. The DDMM teaches us to define, assess, respond, and evaluate every situation. This model can help you make good choices all throughout your life. You must carefully think about what you are doing and if it is a good choice. It is important to make healthy choices, especially when it comes to drugs and alcohol. Think of how you will solve the problems in all situations, good or bad. Respond to everything in the best way possible. My last subject is learning how to recognize signs of stress and anxiety in yourself and in others. Tough situations in life can cause stress and anxiety for anyone at any age. The symptoms of stress can come in many forms, such as sweaty palms, heart racing, and crying. If someone starts to have signs and symptoms of they should seek out help from an adult, such as a parent or a counselor. This is a way to help handle the stress without turning to drugs or alcohol. It is also important for us to recognize these symptoms in our friends and family so we can encourage them to reach out to someone for the proper help. In conclusion, DARE is a good way to learn about the effects drugs, alcohol, tobacco have on our life and body. It also teaches us about how to reach out for help when under stress and how to resist turning to those things. What have you learned in DARE class?
So I also forgot to say that part of the DARE essay winner, those children that were chosen, will also get, as well as their certificate of completion diploma, they're getting a little pin that says DARE essay winner, and they also get a Bluetooth speaker that says it's waterproof, maybe not, but they also get that. Next, we're gonna have the kids sing some songs for y'all. We have our music teacher, Miss Kendra Randolph, and she's gonna come up and help them along with that.
Good morning. Hold on. There you go. Good morning and welcome to Charlotte Elementary School's 2022 DARE program.
Today, the fifth grade class will be performing 4 songs for all of you.
The song we will be singing is a class favorite. This pop-inspired jam is called Over There's My Future by Teresa Jennings.
The second song we will be performing is We Can Make a Difference, written by Teresa Jennings.
This inspiring song talks about how young or old, individuals or groups, anyone can make a difference.
Without further ado, it's Making a Difference by Teresa Jennings.
When we work together, so much can be done.
The next song we'll be singing should sound quite familiar.
Lean on Me is a classic. It has been recorded over and over again and used in countless TV shows and movies.
We invite you, staff and parents, to sing along with our 5th grade classes to Lean on Me, published by Lifeway Worship.
The last song we will be performing is Go Be Awesome by Teresa and Paul Jennings.
This short song is a jazz-inspired piece that can be described nothing short of inspirational.
Please enjoy Go Be Awesome, because let's face it, this 5th grade class is pretty awesome.
Go be fabulous, 'cause the world is
Great job, guys. So after they sing their song, we got our last three, but not least, Dare essay winners. We have Charlie Luther, Emma Jones, and Bren Hamacher.
Have you known someone that did drugs or alcohol and how it changed their life? Maybe if they had the opportunity to take DARE, they would have done drugs or alcohol. Something I learned in DARE is not to do drugs or alcohol, 5Ws for reporting bullies, and the difference between a good citizen and bystander. I got all this information from DARE classes, my DARE officer, and the DARE booklet. First, DARE can teach you not to do drugs or alcohol. Drugs and alcohol are really bad substances. Drugs and alcohol can change your life forever. They can give you health problems and you could possibly die. Over 50,000 people die due to drugs. Now you know how bad drugs and alcohol are and why DARE is so important. Second, DARE also teaches you the 5Ws for reporting bullies. The 5Ws stand for who, what, when, where, and why. It helps report with more information and stay anonymous. With more information, they can get in trouble and stop. That's why the 5Ws are important. Last, DARE teaches the difference between a bystander and a good citizen and how to be a good citizen. A bystander is someone that sees something wrong and does nothing about it. But a good citizen is someone that sees something wrong and reports it to a trusted adult. When being a good citizen, you always tell a trusted adult, not a child. That's why DARE teaches us to be a good citizen. In conclusion, DARE is very important. DARE teaches so many things, such as to be a good citizen, not to do drugs or alcohol, and the 5Ws for reporting bullies. That's why DARE is so important.
The primary goal of DARE is to teach peer resistance and refusal skills so that children can say no to drugs. DARE is a decision-making model that stands for define, assess, respond, and evaluate. I have learned several things from DARE program and Officer Liberty, including the DARE decision-making model, DDMM, health effects of drugs, and the HELP network. The first lesson I learned was the DDMM, DARE decision-making model. This model is used for making safe and responsible choices. There are 4 easy steps to follow, which are define, assess, respond, and evaluate. Define means to describe the problem, challenge, or opportunity. Assess means what are your choices. Respond means to make a choice and use the facts and information you have learned and gathered. Evaluate means to review your decision and did you make a good choice. The second lesson I learned from DARE was about health effects of drugs. Alcohol slows down the brain and body. Effects of alcohol include loss of coordination, poor judgment, memory loss, loss of self-control, and slow reflexes. Smoking tobacco causes heart disease and lung cancer. Cocaine can cause heart disease, heart attack, and stroke. The third lesson I learned from DARE was about my help network. A help network is a person or a group of people you can call on for advice, help, encouragement, or guidance. My help network includes my parents, my brothers, my teachers, and my coaches. Every person needs to have a help network, and everyone's help network may look different. DARE is a good program for students to learn about drugs and how to respond to different situations students may find themselves in. The DDMM is a good way to work through these situations. Also, having a good help network will help students in these situations as well. DARE has taught me the tools to use if I find myself in a bad situation.
While watching the news, you hear that a 16-year-old overdosed in a parking lot while doing illegal drugs and being underage. DARE can prevent that. In DARE, I learned a lot about staying safe. In my essay, I will be talking about some important things I learned in DARE: tobacco, alcohol, and resistance strategies. I got all my information from the sources DARE booklet and the person who taught us, Officer Liberty. The first thing I learned about DARE is tobacco. The first thing I learned in DARE is tobacco. Tobacco contains substances that people may get addicted to. Tobacco can also cause health problems. Officer Liberty said that tobacco can affect your body with mouth cancer, tooth loss, and other health problems. It could even cause death. More than 400,000 people die each year because of tobacco-related sources. Another very important fact I learned in DARE is alcohol. Alcohol is a drink that anyone over 21 can drink legally, but still, many people under 21 drink it. In addition, alcohol can result in health problems. The booklet states alcohol weakens the heart muscle and reduces the amount of blood pumped to and from the heart. Alcohol can additionally hurt your brain. It could cause memory loss, slow reflexes, loss in coordination, and many other things. The final thing I learned in DARE is resistance strategies. These strategies help you avoid drugs or alcohol when faced with them. The first strategy I learned is strength in numbers. In the booklet, it states, hang around with non-users, especially when drug use is expensive. Another strategy I learned is changing the subject. This is when you change the subject when someone asks you to do drugs or other things. The last strategy I learned is walking away. Walking away is an easy option when someone's pressuring you to smoke or do drugs. I hope this essay taught you about bad things that could happen if you took tobacco or smoked, so you rethink taking it if you ever face it. I also hope you learned how to avoid drugs as a whole with the resistance strategy. DARE is a useful thing. I hope you learn more about it one day.
So the next thing we're going to do is, from the beginning of the year, myself as well as the fifth grade staff look at all the students, and throughout DARE, we figure out who could possibly be the Darren, which is our lion, recipient. It's called the Darren Award. So this person has a great attitude. It's caring. During the DARE essays, I was just awestruck with them because they, no matter what was going on or who was going up to present, this person was saying, hey, you're going to do it. You're great. You're going to do awesome. I'm proud of you, and I believe in you. And it wasn't just this one student. It was every student that got up to go do their essay. This person said the same thing every time. No matter what, even if that person might have not wanted to hear it and was kind of nervous about it, she said it to him anyways. This person is a very, very important person in my life. I love her. She's always happy, always gives me hugs. And without further ado, I want to bring Abigail Futrell up here. So this next part, I'm going to have, if the sheriff would like to come up and say a couple words, and then I'm going to have Sergeant Fitz come up and say a couple words.
Good morning, everyone. Thank y'all for coming out today. Great job, class. I just want to say, echo what he said, thanking the school system and the teachers for allowing us to be here and spend some time with your kids, and hopefully give them some things and some skills that they can take forward and avoid a terrible life with drugs and alcohol. So I usually start with, I got 2 hours and 22 minutes. That's what they told me, but I'll knock off 2 minutes. But I'm pretty much done. Thank y'all again. We appreciate you coming out. I know it's crowded out there, but these kids are in good shape with parents like you guys. So give yourself a hand.
Now, the next guest speaker, she was one of the DARE personnel when I went through DARE class. When she took over the DARE program for the state of Tennessee and helped put on the training, the numbers in officers wanting to be DARE certified jumped. She's a very great person, great leader, and I want to welcome Tennessee Highway Patrol Sergeant Casey Fitz.
So when I took over, I had very few friends in the corner with me that I knew because I was brand new to the position. And Officer Liberty was one of those people. And so getting to know him and getting to work on conference and things like that, I've learned a lot from him. And I will say this is one of the best DARE graduations I've ever seen. So give y'all selves a good hand. This is awesome. I also teach DARE myself, so I may or may not have to borrow some of what y'all have done for my own graduation. Hope it's not copywritten. So there was an essay that was actually sent to me. Said, this individual wrote a great essay, but they didn't win in their individual classes. And I read this essay and I was like, wow, this is awesome. And it's hard to tell kids that, you didn't win. And this one just, it warmed my heart for the things that were in it. I mean, it even talked about, if they're really your friends, they're not going to pressure you. They'll be okay with you saying no. So I don't have the essay with me, but what I would like to do is ask the essay winner to come down and accept a Darren from me as my essay winner. And I also would like to know if he would come to conference and read his essay to the general membership for the Tennessee DARE Officers Association. So my Darren goes to Joshy Liberty. Will you come read your essay at conference? Mm-hmm. Awesome. So, and also, so this is the first time I've ever given a Darren for an essay winner. And this is something that I'm going to start every year. So every year, I'm going to have my schools send me their essay, regardless if it's the number one essay or just one that just really reaches their heart and just kind of pulls on those heartstrings. And we're going to start inviting that one student to come to conference. That student could be from Dixon County, Tennessee, or Johnson County, Tennessee. But I think that's important because it shows our kids that, hey, we really care about what you learn. And if maybe eventually we can get it up to more, but we got to walk before we can run. So, Joshy, I look forward to seeing you at conference. And I guess I'm going to give it back over to Jeffy Liberty.
Thank you all very much. So we're going to get to what the kids want is their diplomas. So the first class we're going to have come up is going to be Miss Womack and also our special education department is having our social skills kids. And we have Miss Deborah Milan and with her assistants, Misty Liberty and Casey Fort. Also, sorry, when they're coming up, if you guys want to save your applause until the end, also we're going to get pictures later. So if you want to do pictures now with me handing, that's fine. Or we can do it later in front of the backdrop over here. Sorry.
All right, first we have Jada Anderson. Josh Collins. Abigail Futrell, Jack Gray, Nathan Haddon, Macy Hafner, Bren Hamacher, Macy's not here.
Okay.
Sammy Heath, Olivia Homan, Kaylin Knight, Stephen Lott, Malachi Miller, Wyatt Morris, Daniel Pardue, Jay Sweat, Taylin Thompson, MK Tidwell, Elena Wilson, Anola Young, Kevin Ariola,
Carter Landrum, Logan McClanahan, Thomas Harris.
The next class we're going to have come up is Miss Hamacher.
Thanks for having the list. I appreciate it.
Ashlyn Allen, Lee Augie, Honey Carlton, Kenzie Coleman, James Combs, Kimber Cook, Trenton Garton, Christopher Ham, Emma Jones, Aaliyah Lang, Mackenzie Logan, Alexander Lopez, Pierce Lloyd, Jaden McCoy, Kennedy McLean, Cassandra Valdez, Malachi Walker, Melody Weatherby.
The next teacher we're going to have out is Miss Amanda Bell.
Can I just talk into this?
Yeah, it's right here. So if you want me to sit with that,
Which I'm pretty light without it.
Zachary Abston, Natalie Alcocer, Evie Axelson, Cheyenne Bell, Jarrett Calhoun, Zeke Crow, Levi Henry, AJ Hopper, Emma Hunter, Fiona Kennedy, Izzy Miller, Lucas Morrison, Kinley Pelton, Kylie Shirley, JC Stewart, Kennedy Street, Bella Walsh, Nicholas Ward, and Caden Windrow.
The next class we're going to have up is going to be Miss Jessica Cooper and also our ERC class, Miss Leslie Anderson.
Carter Beatty, Vinay Brambilia, Jacob Bryant, Izzy Bullock, Lexi Constantine, Jimmy Curtis, Layla Dawson, Ashlyn Harmon, Jackson Hooper, Brady Johnson, Ava Lamastis, Josh Liberty, Charlie Luther, Will Murphy, Cadence Northington, Lexi Robertson, Eloise Skye, Emmeline Warren, Taylor Watkins, Justin Zaffarino,
David Monville, Brennan Underwood,
The next class we're going to have up is Miss Chastity Green.
Mary Frances Burgess, David Cooley, Rosie Deloach, Jillian Edwards, Caitlin Groves, Austin Harmon, Owen Hay, Landry Hooper, Lizzie Heath, Kyler Huffine, Gracie Ingram, Sawyer McClanahan, Kylie Melton, Abigail Miller, Timothy Miller, Benjamin Osborne, Chloe Searcy, Alex Forleader, Ethan Street, and Aaron Higgins.
Again, I want to thank all y'all for allowing me to be able to be a part of your child's life. It means extremely, I don't know, I don't have the words. It means a lot to me. I love these kids so much. They're my babies too. And every day I get to interact with them and be with them just makes me a better person. So what I have to say to the kids is thank y'all very much. I appreciate all the hard work y'all did. Just remember, I've been telling you all the time, if y'all need anybody at any time just to talk or you need any help with anything, y'all call me, get a hold of me, okay? Everybody knows me, so y'all can get me, okay? Thank y'all. So I want to thank y'all again for coming. We're going to have this open to take pictures. Also, the kids are going to be able to get cake. It's just for the kids, but also once y'all take a picture and get some cake or refreshments for the children, we're going to go out this side door right here, and right by the flagpole, some grass. I'm sure there's a couple cars on there, but they're going to be able to go out there and communicate and talk with y'all. Again, thank y'all very much. Thank y'all to my special guests.